Finding solution for quadratic equations. In previous video, we have discussed what is quadratic equation and the general forms of quadratic equation. In this video, we are going to discuss how to solve quadratic equations. Now, this is a very long topic. I'm going to divide this video into two parts. And for the first video, I'm going to discuss the simple methods to solve a simple quadratic equation. And in the second video, I will discuss how to use these three methods: factorizations, completing the square, and the quadratic formula to solve a quadratic equation. Solving quadratic equation. To solve a quadratic equations means to find the values of the variable. For example, x squared equal to 4. Now this is a quadratic equation because the highest power of the variable is 2. And for this equation, what's the values of x? Now we know that 2 squared equal to 4, or the square of negative 2 is also equal to 4, and therefore the x can be 2 or the x can be negative 2. And we say these two values, x equal to 2 or x equal to negative 2, is the solutions or the roots of these quadratic equations. Let's see another example. X squared subtract 144 equals 0. Now to solve this quadratic equation, we need to shift this number to the right and it becomes positive. So x squared equal to positive 144, and we know that 12 squared equal to 144, or negative 12 squared equals to 144, and therefore the solution for this quadratic equation is x equal to 12 or x equal to negative 12. Therefore, to solve a quadratic equation means to find the value of the variable in the equation. In previous video, we have learned that this is a general form of a quadratic equation, and we can classify quadratic equations into three types based on either b equal to 0 or c equal to 0, or none of them equal to 0. For example, if b equal to 0, the equations will look something like this. Okay, we can see that there's no x term in these equations. Okay, so this is how the equations look like when b equal to 0. And then the second class is when c equal to 0. When c equal to 0, and this is how the equations will look like. And the last one is when b and c is not equal to 0. Now to solve the quadratic equation for the first class and second class is easy. I'm going to discuss this in this video. And to solve the last class of quadratic equations is more complicated, and I'm going to discuss this in our next video. If you already know how to solve the quadratic equation for these two types, then you can straight away proceed to our next video. Now let's see this example. X squared equal to 2. I suppose you have learned that square root of 2 multiplied by square root of 2 equal to 2, or we can write this as the square of the square root of 2 equal to 2, and we know that if the square of square root equal to 2, therefore the square of the negative square root of 2 must be also equal to 2, and therefore the solution for these equations will be x equal to square root of 2 or negative square root of 2. And we can conclude that if we have a quadratic equation x squared equal to a, therefore straight away we know that our x is either square root of a or the negative of square root of a, or we can write it in this a more simple form, x equal to positive negative square root of a. For example, x squared equal to 13, straight away we can write x equal to positive negative square root of 13. X squared equal to 71, therefore x equal to positive negative square root of 71. And if x squared equal to 2a plus 1, x equal to positive negative square root of 2a plus 1. So we have learned how to solve a quadratic equations when b equal to 0, where we have no x term in the equation. Now let's proceed to the second class where the c equal to 0. Now let's see this example, x squared minus 2x equal to 0. We can see that we don't have the constant c in the equations. And to solve these types of quadratic equation, we factorize the x. We factorize the x, and we get x multiplied by x minus 2 equal to 0. Okay, now we can see that the product of x and this expression is equal to 0. And you should have learned that when the multiplications of two numbers is equal to 0, then one of this number must be equal to 0, right? Either A or B must be equal to 0, then only the products can be 0. Eh? For example, if A equal to 0, 0 multiplied by B equal to 0. Or when B equal to 0, A multiplied by B, or A multiplied by 0 equal to 0. Okay, so one of this, either one, must be 0. So let's go back to this case. Okay, so x multiplied by x minus 2 equal to 0. So x might be 0, or x minus 2 equal to 0. Either one must be 0. So if x minus 2 equal to 0, then x equal to 2, right? Therefore, for this equation, x squared minus 2x equal to 0, the solution is x equal to 0 or x equal to 2. Okay? So, we can conclude that for a quadratic equations where the constant c is not in the equations, and to solve the equations, we factorize x. We factorize x. And from this, we can deduce that it's either x equal to 0 or our ax plus b equal to 0. Now let's see this example. 3x squared plus 5x equal to 0. So we factorize x. So it becomes x bracket 3x plus 5 equal to 0. And then we can straight away get the answer x equal to 0 or 3x plus 5 equal to 0. And if 3x plus 5 equal to 0, we shift this positive 5 to the right. And also we shift this 3 to the right. And the answer is x equal to negative 5 over 3. And this is a solution. So the solution is x equal to 0 or negative 5 over 3.